Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to today's episode of Storytime. On Storytime today, we'll be talking about the blame game. That is, playing the blame game. Blaming others for everything. You find individuals or groups, they like deflecting responsibility for mistakes or problems onto others. They will never acknowledge that they had a role to play in what they are blaming others for. These people, they like pointing fingers at others. They like finding faults while others are wrong because they deny their responsibility. They highlight past mistakes a lot. When an issue comes up and you hear someone say, like you did it yesterday, like you have always been doing, let me share with you. While people play the blame game, they use the blame game as defense mechanism. They protect their feeling of guilt in an issue, and then they even protect their self-esteem. Yes. Sometimes they play the blame game because they fear the consequences that could come out of an issue. Of course, the negative repercussions. It could be punishment. It could be suspension from work. It could be one other thing, consequence, which they fear. People play the blame game because of lack of self-awareness. They find it difficult to admit when they are wrong. They know they are wrong, but they never want to admit. Sometimes even they are ignorant that they are wrong, and when people are telling them, they don't want to see it. People play the blame game too because of insecurity. Let me give you a few examples which could be common in society. You know that in families, when there is a bad or wayward child, they attribute it to the mother. The bad children are the mother's children. The father and other people will be blaming the child and blaming the mother. Like a mommy. You take a situation. The bus and the driver are on a journey. And because the bus is in haste, he tells the driver to use a road which is bad because it's a shortcut. They get onto the road. It is bumpy. And the driver at times cannot avoid getting into potholes. The vehicle gets bad on the road. Hey, the boss starts blaming the driver. Look at your bad driving. Look at how you are. You don't even see. I've always told you that you are very careless. But you are the man. The driver wanted to take the better road. You are the one who said you should use that course. And you know how bad the road is. And the driver making desperate efforts to dodge some of the potholes. When the vehicle gets bad, now you the driver. You are the one causing it all. Oh no. You know, you force a child, when the child is going to school, to go for a particular course because you want, according to you, the child to do a course which is prestigious, and that will be prestigious for you. This child goes there and is getting a lot of difficulty and cannot continue. You transfer the blame over to the child, sometimes even to the teachers, sometimes even to the mother. You dull child, you this and that, you that and that, because you don't want to take responsibility. I continue with more of the examples. Look at forced marriages. You force your child to get into a marriage. The child goes there and it is not working out. There is a divorce or there is a separation. You will be putting it. Yes, you did like your mommy. Yes, you this and that. Yes, you this and that. But you forced this child into it and the child was showing you that he or she did not want it. yet you wanted it. In the end, it is the child that is to blame. You are given good advice to do something. You, instead of doing it the way you have been advised to, you do it your own way, and it doesn't go well. Consequence, you start blaming people. Yes, this thing, I don't even like me, then you want money fast. And you meet fast guys too. And you are duped. You are duped. You start putting the blame on, now this man will show me that person. Now this man will encourage me make I go there. Now this. Who sent you there? You keep blaming other people. So, this we are talking, the blame game, it has its own consequences. When you keep complaining, it damages relationship. You are complaining about the children that are around you, about the people that are around you, about the people you interact with. Of course, it gets to a point where conflicts will start coming in. People will start keeping away from you too. Look, when you keep blaming other people, it is difficult for you to identify and address a problem because you shift the responsibility of that problem to others. Meanwhile, you are the cause. Take away blaming people, and then you can see the challenges and you can address these problems. Look, when you keep blaming people, it even prevents you from learning from your mistakes, because you never know which are your mistakes and which are the mistakes of others. Oh yes. You know, you will develop an attitude whereby you want to always defend yourself and you are putting the blame on another person. There is a way forward, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you are, create an environment where people feel comfortable to admit their mistakes and take responsibility without the fear of punishment or judgment. That is why many people, sometimes even the younger ones, engage in the blame game. When you are bringing up children, when you are teaching children, let them be comfortable to know that they have made a mistake and they can admit that they made a mistake. Let them know that they can take responsibility without any fear of punishment or judgment, because that is what most of the young people fear. That if I admit, if I accept, this is what will happen to me. But if you make them feel comfortable that it is part of life, I tell you what, I know of a friend who, in raising his children, always told them, please, the worst thing you will do in this house is to tell a lie. If you do tell a lie, it will be bad for us. Always admit and tell the truth. And the children grew up and knew that if they did anything which was not right, they would tell their parents, they will be corrected gently and with love, and they grew up with this attitude of throwing away the issue of blaming people. Because they knew that they could hide behind one of their siblings. You come to a house, a glass is broken, nobody accepts. Everybody tell you, I don't know me. I don't know me. I don't know me. Is it not common? You out there looking at me. You out there watching. Things happen in the house. No child admits because you have not trained them to admit and then know how to learn from whatever mistake they made. Always help individuals to understand their role in situations and let them focus on solutions rather than blaming other people. if you bring up children, if you create that kind of an environment, then you have solved a major problem in society. And like we said, let them know that they can learn from their mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope after sharing with you the volume of blaming other people will reduce in your life and in our lives. It is better to live life avoiding playing the blame game. Keep watching. Let the episodes roll and always make your comment. We know what you think about this episode. Goodbye.